Do you familiar with these words?
Ma chérie, ma chérie. Mon amour, mon amour. Mon cœur, mon cœur. Mon cœur, mon cœur.
Those words mean my darling, my love, and my heart. But do you know what ma and mon is called? Well, let's get to know more about it. Salut mes amis, comment ça va? In this video, we are going to talk about les adjectifs possessifs. Alors, qu'est-ce que les adjectifs possessifs? Just like in English, adjective possessive is used to show possession of something. Well, if you still remember, I actually use adjective possessive when I greeted you. Let's do it one more time. Salut mes amis. Notice that there is mes amis, which means my friends in French. Mes means my and ami means friends. You see, the mes is the one we called as possessive adjective. Before we get into deep, there are 4 important rules you need to know about French possessive adjective. First, have a look at this table. There are 3 different ways to say possessive adjective, like my, your, his, are, their in French. It's divided into masculine singular, feminine singular, and plural. Second, agreed with a noun which follows. So we need to know which gender of a noun first. As if we want to say my heart, then we need to know what gender of heart in French. Is it masculine or feminine? Since heart or cœur is masculine, then we use mon. So it'll be mon cœur. Third, in plural form, there is no difference between masculine and feminine. So it's going to be easy because it's regardless of a gender. And the last thing you need to know, if the word is feminine and starts with vocal or silent H, then we must use masculine singular. So we won't use ma, ta, sa. Instead, we use mon, ton, son. For example, école, which means school. If you want to say your school in French, we don't say ta école. Instead, we say ton école. Got it? After we mastered those 4 things, now let's talk about one by one masculine singular, feminine singular, and plural. First, we're going to talk about masculine singular.
Have a look at this. For my is mon, for your is ton, for his or her is son, for our is notre, for your is votre, and for their is leur. Notice that there are 2 ways of saying your. Maybe you'll ask, how do I differentiate between the 2? Well, it depends on who do you talk to. Whether to your friends, your teacher, or a group of people. If it's informal, you use ton, and if it's formal or more than one person, you use votre.
Now, we're going to see what if it's look like in a sentence. Let's use this masculine noun. For example, le chat means cat. What if we want to say my cat is white? Now, let's have a look at the table again. How do you say my? Oui, it's mon, so my cat is white. Will be mon chat est blanc. Then how do we say your cat is white? Well, you can use ton chat est blanc or votre chat est blanc.
Now, how do we say her cat is white? Maybe now you'll be like, oh no, her is feminine, but cat is masculine, what should I do? Don't be confused by her, it's because in French possessive adjective, we don't care who it belongs to. Is it a girl or boy? The thing is, we just need to focus to the gender of a noun. It goes well for feminine singular and plural. Since chat is masculine, therefore we use son as revert to her, so it'll be son chat est blanc. And if you want to say our cat or their cat, just go with notre chat or leur chat.
We are moving on to feminine singular. Have a look at this. For my is ma, for your is ta, for his or her is sa, for our is notre, for your is votre, and for their is le. Now, we are going to see what if it's look like in a sentence. Let's use the feminine noun. For example, la fraise means strawberry.
What if we want to say she eats my strawberry? Now let's have a look at the table again. How do you say my? Oui, c'est ma. So, she eats my strawberry will be Elle mange ma fraise. Remember, ma is not referred to Elle, however, it refers to fraise because it's feminine.
Then how do we say she eats your strawberry? Well, you can use elle mange ta fraise or elle mange votre fraise. And if you want to say our strawberry or their strawberry, just go with notre fraise or leur fraise. Now, what if you want to say my story is interesting? If your answer is ma histoire est intéressante, that is wrong. Remember about the 4 rules about French possessive adjective? Well, if you forgot, I'll tell you again. If the word is feminine and starts with vocal or silent H, then we must use masculine singular. We don't use ma, ta, sa. Instead, we use mon, ton, son. So my story is interesting will be mon histoire est intéressante. As well as if you want to say your story, you must use ton histoire, or her story, you must use son histoire.
Now we're moving to plural. Have a look at this. For my is me, for your is te, for his or her is se, for our is no, for your is vos, and for their is leur.
Notice that the last 3 things we use nos voleurs instead of notre, votre, leur. It's because we talk about plural, not singular. And also, leur is actually pronounced the same as leur in singular form. The difference is only on writing, where we add as at the end of leur in plural form.
Of course, we all know what plural is. It's used to denote something that is more than one. For example, like apple in plural form is apples, as well as in French, pomme in plural form is pomme. So we add the s at the end. Actually, it could be a trick for you to know easily whether the noun is singular or plural. By that, I would say plural in French possessive adjective is easier than the others because it's regardless of a noun gender, since masculine and feminine are still the same.
Now, we are going to see what if it's look like in a sentence. Let's use the word les chaussures, which means shoes. What if we want to say my shoes are red? You don't have to be worried whether shoes are masculine or feminine, because it's in a plural form. Now, let's have a look at the table again. How do you say my? We, it's me. So, my shoes are red will be mes chaussures sont rouges. Once again, you don't need to know if shoes are masculine or feminine. Well, it's actually feminine.
And if you want to say your shoes, you can use tes chaussures or vos chaussures. And if you want to say his shoes, our shoes, or their shoes, just go with ses chaussures, nos chaussures, or leurs chaussures. Now, do you still remember about the rule when the word is feminine and starts with vocal or silent H? Well, the rule doesn't apply when it comes to plural form. So, if you want to say my stories, it'll be mes histoires. It goes the same for tes histoires, ses histoires, nos histoires, vos histoires, leurs histoires. Wow, there is a lot of z sound. Well, that's what we call it as liaison.
Now it's time for tips and tricks in order to help you mastering French possessive adjective. Maybe some of you have difficulty in memorizing French possessive adjective, but don't worry, I have a jingle that will help you to memorize all of it easily. It goes like this.
Mon, ton, son, notre, votre, leur, ma, ta, sa, notre, votre, leur, et mes, tes, ses, nos voleurs.
Now you can try it by yourself.
Also, if you have difficulty in identifying whether the noun is masculine or feminine, I'll help you with that. But note that this way isn't 100% accurate, but at least it can make it easier for you to identify if the noun is masculine or feminine. So, if the noun ends with this, it's feminine. However, if the noun ends with this or absorption word, it's masculine. But once again, this way isn't 100% accurate, so it'll be better for you to find out by yourself. That's it for les adjectifs possessifs. Merci beaucoup et bisous bisous!